Okay, girls, today I'm going to teach you how to macrame. I told you I was going to do that when I was down there, but there never seems to be enough time. So the only way that I can think to teach you how to macrame is to do it via video. You each received a jar, and this jar was full of pickles, and I made Uncle Eric eat 3 jars of pickles so I could do this craft with you. And you also have a ball of macrame string. So what you need to do is you need to take your ball and you need to cut 30 strings 30 inches long. That's easy to remember, 30, 30. 30 strings 30 inches long, and then you need to cut 1 string 50 inches long. And take your 50-inch long string, just watch this part, and then go do it, and then come back. So you're going to take your 50-inch long string, you're going to tape it down. See, I have it taped here. I have it taped here to the table. And then you're going to take your 30-inch strings and you're going to fold them in half. Fold it in half. And then you are going to slide these down a little bit. It's just a half hitch, which I know you know how to do. You're just going to slide it underneath the string, the 50-inch string. You're going to take it back, and you're going to pull those 2 loops up through that loop. And you're going to tie all 30 strings onto this one 50-inch string. All right, so I'm going to do it a couple more times. You're going to slide this up underneath. You're going to bring it over. And you're going to pull those 2 strings back up through that loop. And you're going to have a half hitch. Okay, I got a few more to do to get on my 30. So, fold it in half. Push it up under. Bring it down. Pull these up through. Let's see, where are they? Here they are. Fold it in half. Push the loop up under. Bring it over the top. And pull those 2 strings up through. I got one more. I'm going to fold it in half. You're going to push it under the string. Bring it over the top and pull those 2 strings up. All right. Then you can take it off the table. And get your jar. Here's my jar. Okay, now you're going to take the string and you're going to make sure that your strings are in the center of that 50-inch long string. You want them tied in the middle. You're going to wrap this around your jar, and then you're going to tie a square knot. So, right over left, pull it tight, and trying to hold it left over right. I may not get the square knot that I want doing it this way, but I'm just trying to show you. And pull it tight. Okay? You know what? I made a mistake. You only need 29 strings, and I will put a message on there that you only need to cut 29 strings because these 2 actually make, this one here actually makes up for your number 30. So I've got to take one off of here because I've got 1 too many on. So 29 strings. And now you want to kind of space them out evenly around the jar. Just slide them around on that string. So I got them kind of tight on this one side. All right. All right, so you go do that. Cut 29 strings that are 30 inches long and cut one string that is 50 inches long. Tie the 29 strings onto the 50-inch string using a half hitch. And then come back and I'll show you the next step. Okay, once you get your strings tied on and you've got your string tied together here in the center, these are the two long ones. This is what I'm going to start with. You're going to lay them down. You're going to pick up your left, the very next string on the jar, and you're going to lay it over those two center strings. You're going to pick up the one from the right, and you're going to go under the right and up through that loop on the left. And then you're going to pull it tight. Okay? Now you're going to take the string that's in your right hand, you're going to lay it over those center strings. You're going to go over the right string, under the center strings, and up through that one, the one on the right, and pull it tight. I'm going to do it again. But now you got a nice square knot. All right, you're going to go to the next 4 strings on your jar. There's going to be one left over from that knot, the 2 for the center, and pick up one from the next string. And again, the left one goes over the center, the right one goes over the left, under the 2 in the middle, and up through that loop. And you're going to pull it tight. And now you just do the opposite. The right one is going to go over the center strings like that. The left one goes over the right, under the center, and up through the string on the right. And pull tight. Again, you're going to take the next 4 strings. Oops, I went the wrong way. What happened here? Okay, I just got to swing these around. Okay, you're going to take the next 4 strings on your jar, which is going to be 1 left over from that knot, 2 from the center of the next knot, and 1 from a new knot. Left one goes over the right, over the center. You go over the right, under the 2 center strings, and up through that loop. And then you tie it. Pull it up. And now you do the opposite. The right one goes over the 2 center strings. The left one goes over the right, under the 2 center strings, and up through the one on the right. And then you pull it. And there's your knot. You're going to do that all the way around the jar. And when you get done, come back and I'll show you how to do the next row. All right, for your second row, you're going to do the same thing, only you're going to switch your cords. You can start anywhere on the jar that you want to start on. And these are the 4 cords that tied this particular knot. I want to make sure you can see this. And these are the 4 cords that tied this particular knot. And these are the 4 cords that tied this knot. I guess you don't need that one. But anyway, what you're going to do with these two, you're going to take the two outside cords, this one and this one cord from each knot, and that becomes your center cord. And now you take the next cord that comes down, and that is now going to be the cord that goes over. And you're going to take the next one from this side. You're going to go under or over the left, under the center, and up through the left. And then you're going to pull it tight. So what you're doing is you're putting a knot between these two knots. So now I'm going to take the right one and go over, and take the left one, go over the right, under the center, and up through the loop, and pull. So you see there's the first two knots, and there's my new knot. It's right in between those two. So now I'm going to swing it around, put those off to the side. All right, these two knots, or strings I mean, are coming out of that knot, and these two are coming out of the next knot. So I take the two center strings, I put the left over the center strings, I take the right, I go over the left, under the center, and up through the left-hand side, and I pull it. And now I'm going to take the right one and go over the two center strings, take the left string, go over the right string, under the center strings, and up through the middle. All right, let me do that one more time. You're going to take the next two strings, which are two strings from that first knot, and you're going to take the next two strings, which are two strings from the next knot. You're going to lay down the center. Left goes over, the right goes over the left, under the center, and up through that loop. Now the right one goes over, and the left one goes over the right, under the center, and up through the loop, and pull. So now you're going to go all the way around your jar and put on that next row. And I'll see you back here when you're done. Okay, we're going to put one more row of square knots because we have to get down over the hump of the jar in order for the next knot to work. So once again, you're just going to take two strings, one string from each knot in the first row, the row above it, and then you're going to take the first string here and this string here. So the first ones make the center, the second string makes the knot tying string. So once again, over, over, under, and up, and pull. So this knot will come out right between the two knots in the previous row. And now this one goes over, and then this one goes over, under, and up, and pull. So go ahead and get your third row on, and then your knots should be, when you get done with this one, they should be right along the edge of the hump in the jar, and then we can put on the next kind of knot. All right, see you back here in a bit. Okay, girls, here's the next knot. And I think you know how to do this knot too, because I think it's the knot that you use when you do friendship bracelets. So what you're going to do is you're going to find those 2 extra long strings, which I have right here. And I'm going to take the one to the left. I'm going to put the one to the right off to the side. And you're going to move it across your knots like this. Okay, then you're going to take the first knot and we're just going to do a double half hitch. So you just go over it and make sure that this one stays taut and slide that up so you can see it just kind of loops over it. And then you're going to do it a second time. And it just loops over it like that. It's almost like the first knot you put on. Then you're going to take the next string and you're going to go over the long string and you're going to slide it up, keeping this one taut. Go over it again and pull it over and pull tight. Okay? Now we're going to take string number 3. Going to go over it and pull it up tight. Slide it right in there. Take the next one and go over. All right, you're going to do that all the way around. And that's going to create a nice little ridge right where this jar starts to go down. So tie those knots and come back and we'll work on the next row. All right, I went all the way around. And then I'll undo this so I can show you what I did. These are all tied, and then this is where I started. So I'm just going to lay the one long string over again, and I'm just going to put one overlap from the previous row just to tie the 2 of them together. So now you've got this nice little edging all the way around your jar. All right? So now, what you're going to do is you can start, just pick a knot, like let's say this knot here, and I'm going to go down, and these are the closest strings to that knot, 4. Because now we're going to tie another square knot. All right? So tie your square knot. Go over and grab 4 more strings, the next 4, and tie another square knot. And one more time. So you have 3 square knots. All right, now we're just going to work with these 3 knots, with these strings right here. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go in between those 2 knots and grab those 2 strings that are on the outside of this knot, and we're going to tie another knot right here. We're going to go to the inside strings to finish it off. And then you're going to go over and you're going to tie a knot between these 2. All right, so now you've got 3, then you've got 2, and now you're going to go to that middle knot, and you're going to pull the 2 strings that are right here, and you're going to tie a 3rd knot, making a triangle. See, you just made a triangle. Now you're going to roll your jar around, and you're going to take the next 4, 4, and 4, and you're going to do the same thing. So from these 4, I'm going to tie my first knot, my second knot, all right? You're going to do that all the way around. You're going to make groups of 3, making a triangle all the way around your jar. All right, when you get that done, come on back and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, for the last knot, what you're going to do is you're going to work just in this group of 3 knots, or your triangle here, and you're going to take the very first string at the very top, and you're going to lay that down across like we did up here. And now you're going to tie the half hitch around that string, keeping this one taut. You're just going to do the half hitch. String 1, go to the next string, go all the way up, and up, and I'm just going to go right straight through and finish this whole thing, and then you can go do yours. Let's see, there's 2 more here. Actually, there's just 1 more here. Oh, 2 more. All right, so that's half. Now you're going to go to the other half, and you're going to take the first string, and you're going to do the same thing coming down this way. And then you're going to take the last one from that side there, and you're going to do a half hitch with that, so it brings it all together into a triangle. And then you're going to do it one more time. So you're going to start back up over here, take your first string, bring it down, and half hitch around. When you're finished with that, you do all 6 of them, or all your triangles. Okay, so you're going to bring these down. These are already frayed pretty nicely, but you're going to cut them all off even with the jar and fray them all off, and then put a candle inside, and you will have a lovely bohemian macrame candle holder. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you later.